We're back in the Home Depot locker room for another edition of one of my favorite segments of this show, Shot Clock, my last shot clock ever.
Yeah.
And Krista, thank you for dressing up.
You're
Really
welcome. I thought this was my tuxedo shirt, but apparently I pulled out the wrong one.
She's brought the trash talking to Shot Clock to a whole new level.
I have. I thought it was fitting as for your last show. I should kind of call you out and, you know, just wear the shirt.
I appreciate that.
Wear the shirt. You know, baseball's right around the corner, one of my favorite time of year. And, of course, we're going to be talking baseball. Catherine, what are the questions?
All right, with this being Javi's final show, it's only fitting that we talk about Major League Baseball since his Red Sox are the defending champs. So, question number one. Former Red Sox Roger Clemens is throwing batting practice for the Houston Astros this spring. But don't you think he should be avoiding the spotlight?
Speaking of stupid, Roger Clemens, get out of the spotlight, all right? Get out of training camp. You're now at a different realm of investigating the fact that you've lied. The Department of Justice is now in on it. Stop concentrating on baseball and concentrate to find a way to not go to prison.
Not that I'm meaning to help you, but what you should have said is, speaking of stupid, Longhorns. But anyway, getting on to the question.
Oh,
you know, it was
true.
Roger Clemens
like
himself that said in one of his many press conferences that he was looking forward to getting into the private sector, moving away from all of this and getting all of this behind him, and yet he's showing up at Astros camp. Now, nobody's going to fault him for supporting his son. Everybody expects him when his son first appears in an Astros uniform in a game, Roger's going to be there. But no, now is not the time. Now is not the time. Go home. Get out of here.
Okay, question number two. If you could pick only one starting pitcher for your fantasy team this season, who would it be?
I'm an Indians fan, and you think I'm going to say CC Sabathia,
well,
but
you're not.
I'm not.
No?
Fausto Carmona.
Oh, okay.
Fausto Carmona. I'm going to say him. Look what he did in the postseason. He was fantastic on the mound for the Indians. If I'm picking a pitcher for fantasy, I'm picking Fausto.
Yeah, look at what he did in the postseason. Got beaten around by the Boston Red Sox just like CC Sabathia. Give it to me. No, but CC Sabathia.
What about the Yankees series?
Sabathia, you know, he would be a solid pick, except he pitched a lot of innings last year, clearly tired out. Now, understandably, we're talking fantasy baseball. This doesn't apply to the playoffs, but I'm still going with Josh Beckett, who's got a much better offense behind him, and he's still got things to prove. Last season, he sort of tailed off at the end after that fast start he got to. I expect him to be more consistent, get better stats, and be the Cy Young Award winner.
Next question. Is the Yankees dynasty officially over, or are they still a serious World Series contender?
I don't know what Javi's going to say because he's a Boston fan, but I don't think it's over. As much as I hate the Yankees too, believe it or not. I will agree with you on that. But I don't think their dynasty is over. They still have a lot of good players. I think they're still going to compete for the AL, the AL East, and it's gonna be tough for them. They're gonna come through. I think they're gonna make the playoffs again, and they're gonna be right in the thick of things. Probably the AL wildcard.
No doubt they're legitimate contenders every year they compete, but the dynasty has been over. I mean, if it didn't end when they lost in the World Series to Arizona, it definitely ended when they lost to the Boston Red Sox and blew a 3-0 lead on the way to Boston winning the World Series in 2004, which I'm very happy to rehash over and over again. But seriously, the man behind the Yankees dynasty was not Steinbrenner. It was Joe Torre. He's gone. The dynasty is over.
All right, last question. Who's your wild card Major League team to watch for in 2008?
I'm going with the New York Mets. They came so close last year to making the playoffs. They tanked at the end, and they've only gotten better, adding Santana to the pitching rotation. I'm telling you, the Mets are going to be the team to look out for in the National League. They're definitely going to be contenders. They're going to definitely make the playoffs, if not represent the National League in the World Series.
You know, it's kind of surprising that neither of us brought up Johan Santana for the previous question when it came to fantasy pitchers, because he's definitely going to be up there. I agree that the Mets are kind of up there, but I don't really see them as a dark horse. I think adding Santana, having Pedro Martinez come back, the superstars for the offense there, a lot of people expect a lot of things out of the New York Mets. Me personally, I'm going to go with the Houston Astros. They've got Carlos Lee, Lance Berkman. They add offense with Miguel Tejada. They've got Brandon Beckey coming back from injury. Roy Oswalt is one of the best pitchers of this era. I think Houston can make a lot of noise in a pretty weak NL Central. It's up for grabs like it is every year.
NL Central, they got the Cubs.
All right, thanks so much, Javi. It's been real. Good luck in the future. Krista, I'll see you back here, same time, same place next week.
Cubs are going to win the NL Central, by the way.
We'll see about that.
I think so.
I thought about saying the Cubs because it's been 100 years,
Right.
but it's been 100 years of losing. They haven't exactly gotten
who
close
has
that
the arrow
that much.
pointing towards them today? That would be you.
Okay,
Yeah.
the arrow's pointed at me, but who
So
was
I
it that
won, I was right.
who was it that picked the Boston Red Sox to win the World Series last year?
I don't know. I wasn't
I'm just
here.
saying. I'm just saying.
Was that
we
you?
switch around that
Oh, okay.
arrow. Thank you so very much, Catherine. That's all for this edition of Shot Clock.